everybody, this is Ninja4914 and today I'm going to show you how to root the Nook Color with software versions 1.3 or greater. From my minimal speculation on my web surfing, I've discovered that the majority of the videos that have pervaded the internet on how to root the Nook Color are associated with software versions less than 1.3. So today I'm going to show you how to root with software versions greater than 1.3, and this is going to require us to repartition the memory. Alright, so go ahead and open up your browser, and then in the description there should be nookcolorrooting.weebly.com, so go ahead and hit that link. Before we get to any of the rooting procedures, I want to give you a few precautions. Number one, you may void your warranty doing this. However, I'm fairly confident that the gratification you'll receive from a new full-fledged Android tablet running OS running on your Nook Color will greatly overcome any potential downsides of not having the warranty. And next of all, do this at your own risk. May not work with some Nook Colors. I know it will work on software 1.3, and I'm pretty sure it will work on 1.4.1. However, I still want you to do this at your own risk. So once you go to nookcolorrooting.weebly.com, go ahead and hit Root Files tab, and you'll be greeted to this page. So these are all the files that you'll need to root. I've actually got all these, so I'm not gonna go ahead and re-download them. But what you're gonna do now is get all of these. I highly recommend you get this optional package, but I'm going to show you how to get some of these because some of them are kind of tricky. First of all, the Clockwork Mod Recovery file, abbreviated CWM. This will allow you to go into a program that facilitates the rooting process. So what you're going to do is once you're there, get the tar.gz file. That corresponds to the capacity of your microSD card. Oh, I forgot to mention, you really do need a microSD card for this process. And if your computer doesn't have a microSD slot, you'll also need an adapter. Anyway, once you have those two things, go ahead and get that. And in my case, it's a 4 GB, whatever yours is. Sorry, if you have a 16 GB, you're going to have to get another one, or find a 16 GB tar.gz file, because that's not here. Go ahead and get that. So just hit whatever capacity you have and hit download file here. I'm not going to download it because, as I've already mentioned, I already have it. And Win32 disk imager here. I want you to make sure that since RapidShare is continually updating, you get the .zip file and not the .exe file. So go ahead and get the .zip file. And for all of these, you're gonna go to Files Drop and get it. This one's kind of weird too. I intended for this to be a direct download, but it didn't quite work that way. So you're gonna get redirected to a YouTube page, and just hit this one, and the file will be directly downloaded. So these are the biggies, and then you want to get this. This is Dahlgren Overclock kernel. Yeah, cheesy name. There, and click on this, and you should get a direct down and outload. Alright, so after you get all that, pause the video, and I will see you once that is all done. Hey everybody, so once you've got all those files downloaded that I mentioned in the previous section, let's go ahead and open up your downloads folder. If you don't know where that is, just hit your start menu and type in downloads on the search bar. Alright, so once that's open, go ahead and 7-zip. If you're not an administrator, get the administrator password and hit yes. And it'll tell you where to put it and hit finish. Alright, so then you should go to, after that, go to start menu, all programs 7-zip, 7-zip file manager, and go to computer, C drive, users, whatever your user is. Go ahead and go down to downloads and select your 4 GB Clockwork and hit it again. This time you should get like this progress bar. It'll last a little while, enough to patronize you. So go ahead and pause the video while that's going on, and I'm back when. Hey guys, so once that's done, that progress bar is over, select the file and hit extract. Hit the disk and hit desktop for the best one, and hit OK. I already got mine, so I'm just gonna cancel it. Once that's done, it'll take a little while too. It might take quite a bit actually. Once that's done, you're halfway through getting that CyanogenMod recovery installed. So the second step would be to get the Win32 disk imager and extract it to the desktop. So, and just name it like WinImager Win32, and then open the extracted folder and hit Win32 disk imager, run it, and it'll pop up in this little window. Hit the folder, and you should see the file that you just extracted on the desktop should show up, and then just hit save, select the drive letter of your device. My micro SD card is currently not in, and then once you select that, hit write, and that'll take quite a long time as well. So now just wait until that's done, and I'll see you in the next portion. Hey everybody, I'm back. So what you're going to do after Win32 has finished writing the image to your SD card is you're going to go to your SD card from your computer and see that there are 4 files there. If not, you've done something wrong. I'm sorry. Go back to the beginning of the video. You haven't messed up anything major yet, but anyway, so what you're going to do is again reopen your downloads folder, and in there you should see the Nook Complete Restore and Repartition .zip files. Drag those 2 zip files, for now just those 2, into your SD card. Keep the 4 files that are there, keep them there. Right, so now once you've done that, you're ready to safely eject your micro SD card and start the root. So let's go ahead and do that. So the scoop is that I'm just going to tell you what to do. Don't worry, I've got it all listed out. I'm going to explain this to you step by step. I've done this enough times to have committed it to memory. So what we're going to do is insert SD card, micro SD card, after ensuring that your Nook is off. And then you're going to see that you're going to boot into CyanogenMod recovery. If not, again, you've done something wrong. And that should have a loading signal with 2 skulls on the side. And then once CyanogenMod recovery boots up, you're gonna notice that navigation is different and touchscreen is disabled. So what you're gonna do, don't get freaked out here, it's just like the touchscreen is not suited for CyanogenMod recovery. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna scroll down with the volume and select at the end. So now you're gonna scroll down to the mounts and storage, and with the volume minus button, and select it with N. Alright, so format, and then in the list of formats, hit format system. In a list of a bunch of no's, hit yes. Once that's done, format data, yes. Format cache, yes. Same process here. It's just you're going to mounts and storage and selecting that. So once you've done that, hit the power button just once, so that you get back to the main CyanogenMod recovery screen. Don't hold it for too long. You're gonna boot down, and you might this process might not work as smoothly. So what you're gonna do is go down to install zip from SD card and select it, and then do choose zip from SD card and select it, and then hit the repartition zip file. It might take 1 to 2 minutes. It's a really small file, and then make sure the installation is finished, And once you've done that, you should see in a little text that appears while it's installing that you're going to have to reboot. So go ahead and do that. Come back into CyanogenMod recovery. At this point, your Nook's memory should have been repartitioned. So what you're going to do after that is go back to mounts and storage when it reloads after you've rebooted it according to the instructions from the previous installation, and then you're going to format system data cache and boot in this order that's listed on this pad here. So it's going to be in this order, and you'll notice that CyanogenMod recovery freezes after you formatted the last one, which is the boot. So just hard reboot it, which is simply holding the power button until it turns off, waiting for about 5 seconds, and then holding the power button until it turns on. So your formats should have been saved despite your hard reboot, and then hit install zip from SD card. Again, choose zip and Nook restore that zip. Now pop out the SD card and hit the power button. So what you should see, pop out before you do that. Alright, so just cancel the last statement, and after the Nook restore zip has installed, what you're going to do is hit the power button. This is a little messed up here, and pop out the SD card after you hit the power button. Then after you pop out the SD card, hit reboot system now. You should reboot into Nook software 1.0.1, which is the optimal one for rooting. And then you're gonna go back to your SD card and take out those 2 files from your SD card. Just delete them and put in the GApps, the CyanogenMod 7, the Dahlgren and the Dahlgren overclock kernel into the SD card, keeping those 4 files in there. So once you've done that, power down your Nook and then insert it again. You'll go back into CWM, which is CyanogenMod recovery, if you haven't caught that quite yet, and then reboot system now. Oh, that's what you should have hit. Yeah, I've already gone over that. So now once you go back into CyanogenMod recovery, do format system data cache, CWM should not freeze, and then install zip, choose zips, and go in this order: CM7, GApp, and then overclock kernel. And then once all of those have finished up, what you're going to do is hit the power button, pop out the SD card, go to your computer and reformat it, and then stick the SD card in and reformat the SD card to FAT32. If you don't know how to do that, I'll just show you real quick. So you should see, and then you should see it in devices with removable storage, and you're gonna go and hit format. I don't want to format my DVD drive, so what you're gonna do is it's gonna be a little pop-up window. It should already have selected FAT32, and you're just gonna hit OK, and it'll reformat and stick it back into your Nook Color. Once you've done that, hit reboot system now, and you should boot into CyanogenMod 7, and this should give you some time to explore. I was actually quite exhilarated when this happened after a few attempts in which I failed because I was not aware of the memory repartitioning. But you are, and I've gone through that process. So you shouldn't have any problem booting into CyanogenMod 7. And then once you're there, hit your app drawer, open up your app drawer, go to settings, CyanogenMod settings, performance. You'll probably get this dragon warning, just disregard that, and then CPU settings. You can overclock your device. That means you can make it run faster, although this is superficial because it's only through set CPU, but it will appear to be faster to you, and it will perform at a faster rate. But that will help you run it faster if you select a higher one once you're in that setting. And then hit the end button, which will take you home, and have some fun with your device. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This was Ninja 4914 with your Nook Color rooting.